Afternoon baseball here on the show. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. The Cubbies look for the series sweep at home against their division rivals. First pitch is next. Standing in, Avisail Garcia. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. Underway now in the Sunday finale as the game's first pitch is taken for ball one. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. Fortune has been smiling on them recently. They're unbeaten in their last 7 games.
You know, Matty, the season's such a grind, and you fight so hard day in, day out, and you're playing against the best players in the world, so you know you're going to lose some games coming out of spring training. To get on a roll where you win 7 in a row, a week of everything coming together, that's a special feeling.
Here now the 2-2. Right side hit hard. And that is through into right field for a single.
That's the only way to combat a nasty cutter. You have to find a way to fight and stay inside that baseball and drive it the other way.
First pitch coming. Here it is. No balls and a strike to count. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Yeah, Dan, we got Ricky Holiday behind the dish tonight. I can't figure his zone out. He doesn't favor the hitter or the pitcher and can be a little too inconsistent at times.
D-Row, you hit the nail right on the head. I think one of the things we're looking for a consistent zone. If it's a tight zone, it's a high zone. Have the same zone. His zone fluctuates a little bit too much for my liking during the course of a game.
So a runner on first with 1 out now, and that'll bring up the center fielder Lorenzo Cain. In there, strike 1. A softly hit ball here, foul, off to the left side, and it's strike 2 now. And another foul ball. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. At the letters, but called high. It's a ball. Comes back with the cut fastball for strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
And that'll bring up Keston Hiura, as Darvish will jump ahead of him here with strike 1. Garcia leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Ball 1.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. The 1-2. Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. Brewers strand 1, and now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Brandon Woodruff will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's number. One of the things that jumps out at you is that ERA. It's into the 4s. But that doesn't necessarily indicate what kind of pitcher this guy is. If he brings his A game, he can shut anybody down. The problem he's had so far this season, he's been a little bit inconsistent. He's a better pitcher than that ERA over the 4s indicates.
Baez, a native of Puerto Rico. He was a first-round pick back in 2011.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
2-2.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
Slapped hard the opposite way. Braun is there, and he makes the catch for the out. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Mark DeRosa, tell us about this lineup and how they continue the winning streak.
Matty, this lineup screams it needs an overhaul. When you're last in the league in on-base percentage, you're not doing a lot of things very well. You're not giving quality at bats. You're not being professional at the plate and forcing the opposition to be on.
Hit pretty well out to deep left field. And that's just shy of the baskets and off the ivy. And he is in at second base with a one-out double. That was not a good pitch, but he handled it nicely, guys.
Yeah, and the pitcher's got to wonder what he has to do to get it past this guy. That pitch was off the plate, but he shows great reach, gets good extension, and drives it for a two-bagger.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. He enters this one second in the National League round trip category.
Guy having another solid campaign, D-Row, coming off a month with double-digit dingers.
Yeah, I was going to say solid. I'll raise you a little bit. That's in fuego right there. Double-digit bombs in 1 month. Watch out for this guy. He's on fire.
1-1. A ball and a strike now to Bryant.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first. But not with the guy in the on-deck circle. He's going to attack this hitter.
Hit hard on the ground to third. Scooped up over to Smoke at first, and there are two away. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Anthony Rizzo. His career numbers against this pitcher, he's a .333 hitter. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing, high drive, deep down the left field line. This ball is slicing into the bleachers and gone. A two-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. Home run number 47 thus far, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
Coming to the plate now, Wilson Contreras. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
And he fouls this one off. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away. But that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
2-2 to the Cubs catcher.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning. Needs to get back to being aggressive.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
So striding in, Kyle Schwarber. First at bat for him here, and he enters play 7th in the National League in round trippers.
Yeah, he's blasted 4 home runs in his last 10 games, too. And he's got that power stroke working right now.
This guy's an absolute nightmare to opposing pitcher. Power to all fields, and he'll take that ball away and drive.
Here's Ryan Braun now. He was hitless in yesterday's shutout loss, as were many of his teammates.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1. Today's ball game provides the Cubbies with a chance to end the series on a very high note, of course. A win completes the sweep.
And you can see why this team is in first place in the division. A solid ball club with good hitting and good pitching, and it's always key when you're playing interdivision squads.
And he got him.
I'll tell you, it's hard to get more of a confidence boost than striking out the best hitters in the lineup back to back to back. He's looking really sharp right now.
Here's Eric Sogard. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. They may be hard-pressed to get the same sort of performance on the mound that they got yesterday, a complete game shutout, but something close would certainly give them a chance to complete a sweep.
You don't see it very often, a complete game shutout like they had yesterday. Hopefully that's the beginning of things to come, and their starting pitcher could get them deep into this one as well.
And that's the second out. So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And in next, the switch-hitting power bat of Justin Smoke. From the stretch. The Cubs will, however, have to beat their opposition's best, as they've got to go up against their ace in this one.
This one isn't in the books yet, but when you're going for the sweep and you have a nice lead like they do early on here, things are looking awfully good for the sweep department.
Fouled off. And the pitch. And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They trail things here 2-0. Digging in, the switch hitter, Ian Happ. He comes into this one 6th in the National League in home runs.
This guy's right in the prime of his career right now. The power bat speaks for itself. One of the more dangerous hitters in the game of baseball.
Pulled toward right center field. Kane is under it. 1 down.
All right, guys, here's a defensive alignment for the Milwaukee Brewers. And, guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Kipnis, or Kip for short. He was taken in the second round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2. And it's fouled away. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Fouled away. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to, because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
Into the box now, Yu Darvish. And there's a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch to start him out. 0-1. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
Hey, I got to really commend this pitcher right here. Was able to regroup in between it.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Cubs are down in order. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Top of the third set to get underway, and now it'll be the catcher, Manny Pena. First offering on its way. And that one swung on and missed 0-1. Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes. Pena is widely considered one of the elite backstops in the game, of course. His skills behind the plate are well documented, and in a position like catcher, that makes a big difference for his team every night he straps it on.
And for obvious reasons. And he allows the pitching staff to throw any pitch, any count, knowing they can bounce that breaking ball and feel like it's coming right back to him. This guy, he is really one of the special defenders in our sport.
Swing and a miss got him reaching. Up with it, Contreras. The throw down to first, 1 away. So here now's the pitcher, Brandon Woodruff. He'll get to take his first cuts here, and he fouls this one off. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped him up. Contreras shading to his right, 2 down. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Fouled off. And it's 0-2 to Avisail Garcia. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. They trail it here 2-0.
We're just about set to go here as the Cubs come to bat in the 3rd inning, and Chicago fans have been fortunate to watch one of the best offenses around this season. They lead all of baseball in runs scored, and maybe the primary reason for that? Home runs. They lead the majors in that category as well. One player told me that pretty much top to bottom, every guy is capable of getting into one. But what really sets them apart, he said, is that they don't have an all-or-nothing approach. They know home runs will come, so getting guys on the bases leads to 2- and 3-run homers instead of just solo shots. Sounds simple, but we all know it's anything but. Matt?
Okay, thank you, Heidi. The windup and the 0-1. Shin high, that's taken for a ball. And he reaches out for one and may have chased it as this is skied into the air to straightaway center. Kane is right there, 1 down. So with 1 gone in the inning, we'll take a look at where these guys sit in the standings, and I think they can pretty much start to think about next year because they are well back in the division race. So the bases are empty with 1 man gone, and that'll bring up the multi-gold glover Jason Hayward. First pitch on its way. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball well outside. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
He's in complete command of his 2-seamer right now. It's got great movement, great depth, running all over the place. This offense is going to have a tough time.
Locked him up with the off-speed stuff on that one. Jason Hayward becomes the 2nd out in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
The 1-2. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're up 2-0. Here's Brock Holt now. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Weak grounder down the line at third. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Here it comes, 0-2. And this is swung on and missed, and this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd with a strikeout, and there's 1 away. Digging in to try it again, Lorenzo Cain. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Ready with the 0-2. And it's fouled away. Another 0-2 coming. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ballgame.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. A 1 pitch on its way. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And set to go is the veteran first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile. But, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1. 1-1 the count to the Cubs first baseman. Fouled away.
Had to be sitting something hard right there because he gave up on that pitch, but it was right down the chute.
Popped him up. Pena has a play. 1 down. The next Cub up, Wilson Contreras. He drew a walk his first time up. Here it comes. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1.
Boy, that's a jam shot right there. That's as good as it gets, in my opinion. Woo, up and in.
Behind 0-2 now. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. A ball and 2 strikes now.
It's a great job to lay off on that nasty slider right there. It's the toughest pitch. It was my toughest pitch to lay off of. I was always sitting fastball middle away, and when that slider came out.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. This is line to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
At the plate, Kyle Schwarber. As he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. One and 1 to Schwarber.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1 and 2 now.
Hey, that's the modern game right now. North-south. Elevate that high fastball and bury stuff in the dirt. Completely different from the east-west we came up playing.
The next 1-2 pitch. Hit high and deep out to left center field. Back goes Garcia at the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Digging in for his second at-bat, Ian Happ. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get him.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. It's the Cubs 2 and the Brewers nothing. Welcome back to the north side of Chicago, back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Well, Matt, during the break, I caught up with Craig Counsell, the Brewers skipper, about his lineup's performance so far, and he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Thank you, Heidi. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1 and 1. Ooh, jumped the gun a bit on that swing, and he's down 1 and 2.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
Hit weakly back to the mound. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you can see right there, he's up near the top in the National League, currently 3rd best. So coming to the plate, Eric Sogard. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He's set, and the pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. And 1 and 1 as this one's in on the hands. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. 1 and 2 now.
Wow, that was an ugly swing right there, and that tells us all we need to know. Nobody's picking the baseball up off this guy.
And he pops it up. Here's Baez to make the catch, and that becomes out number 2.
The first base
at the plate, Justin Smoke. First delivery to him on the way. In there for strike 1.
One of the biggest factors on how long you're going to go with a start is how many first pitch strikes you throw. 80% usually means you're going to have a pretty good day, and that's on the menu so far.
Behind 0-2 now. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The 0-2 once more, and he fouls this one off. 2 out, nobody on. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. count remains at 0-2. 0-2 count, and the pitch. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They're down 2-0. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and standing in now the power-hitting second baseman Jason Kipnis. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. And that's high and away, and the count goes to 2-0. Now some movement out in the Milwaukee bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander have begun to stretch it out. And wow, that looked to be well inside, but it's a called strike. 2-1 now. Bat explodes as this is popped up, and no one will get this one. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That was aggressive pitching in that at bat, and I like seeing that. He showed all hard stuff until the 5th and final pitch for the strikeout. When you work off your hard stuff, it really opens up your secondary pitches to be more deceptive.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. A ball and a strike.
1-1.
Cubs pitcher at the plate, trailing with a 1-2 count. And the pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Lofted in the air out toward right center. On the move is Braun. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
The batter, number 9.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Javier Baez. He's coming off a month in which he earned National League Player of the Month recognition. No balls and 1 strike. Fouled off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Again, another foul ball. High in the air out to center field. Kane is under it. And that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order, but they're on top 2-0. Ready now, Manny Pena will start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? And what's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. 268 the average for him coming in, with 19 homers and 59 RBIs. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. A pause and the 0-2. Just off the outside as he can't catch the corner.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
First pitch coming. Here it is. 2 out, nobody on. High pop up. Rizzo is there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. In order are the Brewers. They trail things here 2-0. Bottom of the 6th inning on its way, but first, here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far.
Brent Suter enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 35.
Now at the plate, Jason Hayward. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets to 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. And this is swung on and missed, and Hayward is gone on strikes, and there's 1 away.
Now batting.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He's grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. First pitch on its way. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Action in that Milwaukee bullpen now as a left-hander started to throw out there. Line to short, but gobbled up there, and there are 2 away.
The first baseman, number 44,
Anthony Rizzo will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. 0-1 the count. Now here's the pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
Wow, great pitch right there, right? Changing speeds. How about that straight changeup? How about that swing? Howdy.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 3 up. 7th inning ready to roll, and set to go as the third baseman, Brock Holt.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
So he's still got his shutout working here in the 7th, and with that in mind, we check out the league leaders in shutouts. And as you can see there, he in fact leads the NL in that category. In there, 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
Well, he got the leadoff guy in the inning on a ground out, and now he's 0-2 to start this at bat. He looks really sharp so far to start the 7th.
He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game.
No hitter is ever going to feel good about taking the hat trick with 3 strikeouts in a game, but I will say he's not the first guy to have a terrible game against my man on the mound. And you know what? He won't be the last. We all know he's one of the best in the business for a reason.
No balls and a strike to count. Here's the 0-1. Front door curve is taken. Strike 2.
I think when a team starts struggling, certainly offensively, it's just guys try and play above their...
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They trail it here 2-0. Josh Hader hits the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
71. Josh Hader.
So stepping in, Wilson Contreras. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. That's by him for strike one.
It's becoming more and more common in today's game to see relievers like this that can run it up there close to 100 miles per hour. But it's so fun to watch it. He blew it right by him there.
The 2-1 home. Waves and misses for strike number two. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And not the greatest of starts to the at-bat as he reaches for one out of the zone for strike one.
Ew, is that ugly? You could probably throw anything out there to this guy. He'd swing at the rosin bag if you throw it up there.
Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count and the pitch. And rarely do you see a player of his caliber fooled that badly, but he was tied up in knots that time. 2 away now.
Number 8.
Standing in, Ian Happ. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Hey, he's looking to punch out the side right here. And if this guy's going to do him favors and swing outside the zone, that's exactly what's going to happen.
1-1 to count. 2 out, nobody on. Fouled away. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. And just a masterful job of pitching here as he strikes out the side in order. Cubs are down in order, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ryan Braun. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from this offense could have really helped settle him in.
So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off, and with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games. And as you see, he's up near the top, currently tied for second in that category in the National League. Stepping up now, Eric Sogard. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. No balls and 1 strike. And he fouls this one off. 1 out, nobody on. The Cubbies are maintaining a slim lead in the late going of this series finale, so if they can wrap it up, they'll complete the series sweep.
Hey, Matt, what a great spot to be in. You're playing good baseball, you're going for the sweep, and you're leading by a few runs going into the later innings. Now it's just time to close the deal.
So he sets him down swinging. Eric Sogard goes down for out number 2 in the top half. So the switch hitter Justin Smoke steps up as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. No hits to this point. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2. And even sweeter, of course, is getting that series sweep in your own ball. And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Gone in order are the Brewers. They're down 2-0. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Jake Faria will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Jed Jerko will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch.
And batting 9, number 5.
Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. And that's out number 1. Ready for another shot now, Yu Darvish. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned a chance to take this at-bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes. And that brings up Javi Baez. Here comes the first pitch. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Baez has collected just over 150 home runs in his big league days. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter. And he jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. Kane going back. That's out of here as it trims the bushes. A solo home run there for Javi Baez. Number 43 on the year for him. And the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
A 3-run deficit in the bottom of the 8th is tough for a visiting team to overcome. But they've got 3 outs left. And after that homer, they're going to need to string together some hits to make a game of this thing.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward.
The right fielder, Jason.
As he's well in front of the curveball and comes up empty there for strike 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Real ugly 0-1 swing there. As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
To 1-2 now. Popped up. Holt in foul ground, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. Ground ball right into the shift. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. Last chance coming up for the Brewers. It's 3-0 Chicago. New inning set to get underway, and up next is the catcher Manny Pena. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. 1-1. Strike 2 swinging, and he should be okay to go the distance here. He's just now about to hit 100 pitches for the ball game.
Yeah, it's go time, Matty V. He's got a chance to close this one out. He knows the bullpen's rested and ready to go. He's got a smile on his face out there.
Oh, D-Row, this is what every manager loves. One day where you cannot have to empty out everybody in that bullpen. Going into the 9th inning in today's game with your starting pitcher, you can't ask for more than he's given them up to this point.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game as he keeps racking them up.
It's been a rough game for him at the plate. Couldn't get the bat off his shoulder right there, and he struck out twice before that one. So he's going to have a lot to think about when he leaves the ballpark tonight.
Here's Jed Jerko now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Jerko playing here in his age 31 season. He's in the midst of his 8th major league season. And he powers a cut fastball by him that time, and he's in charge now, 0-2. Here's Darvish on 0-2. Heading out towards shallow right. And Hayward will put this one away for out number 2. So here's Avisail Garcia. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Now a swing, and he pops him up, and this should do it. Catch is made, and the Cubs sweep the series and continue to set the pace in the division.
Hey, not many pitchers can brag about throwing a one-hit complete game, so hats off for him. But as a pitcher, I know he's going to wonder, like, what might have been. So close to a no-hitter, but it wasn't meant to be. That's baseball for you.
3-0 the final score in this one today. The Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Yu Darvish earns win number 15 on the year as he tosses a complete game one-hitter. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
For the Brewers, no runs, just 1 hit, no errors, and they left 1 man on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 39 minutes. Our paid attendance at Wrigley Field this afternoon, 41,649. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.
It's Monday morning, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, Yu Darvish earned the win while punching out 17 batters, helping lead the Cubs over the Brewers 3-0. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. As of right now, the Cubs are in first place in the NL Central. They are more than 10 games ahead of second, while the Brewers are second in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Cincinnati Reds held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they beat the visiting Rays 2-1. In the standings, the Reds are in 4th place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Rays sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division. They're 19.5 games out of first. The Pittsburgh Pirates combined for 4 total home runs as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 8-3. Heading into the day, the Pirates are in last place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Cardinals are 3rd in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Braves knocked out 10 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 5-0. As of today, the Braves sit in second place in the National League East Division, yet they currently hold a spot in the race for the National League wild card. While the Nationals are atop the division, they are enjoying a comfortable 6.5 game cushion. The New York Mets finished off the 4-game sweep as they beat the visiting Marlins 8-2. They now have 6 straight victories. Entering the day's action, the Mets sit in third place in the National League East Division, 12 games behind first place. And the Marlins are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Arizona Diamondbacks sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 5-2. At the start of the day, the Diamondbacks sit in second place in the National League West Division, 9.5 games behind first. While the Dodgers are atop the division, they hold a dominant 9.5 game advantage. Drew Smyly got the victory on the mound, throwing 8 strong innings and allowing only 1 earned run as the Giants toppled the Rockies 5-1. Heading into the day, the Rockies sit in 4th place in the National League West. They're 19.5 games out of first, while the Giants are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Philadelphia Phillies combined for 10 hits as a team as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 6-4. In the standings, the Padres are in 3rd place in the NL West, 12 games behind first place. And the Phillies sit in 4th place in the National League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first. Ryan Borucki picked up win number 8 this year as the Blue Jays claimed the win over the Orioles 5-3. As of right now, the Blue Jays sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first. While the Orioles are 4th in the division, they're over 20 games out of first. DJ LeMahieu was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs, leading the Yanks to a win over the rival Red Sox 7-3. He extended his hitting streak to a modest 6 straight games. Entering the day's action, the Red Sox are leading the American League East. They have a commanding 7.5 game advantage over second. And the Yankees are 2nd in the division, yet they currently lead the race for the American League wild card. The Cleveland Indians got 12 hits in this one as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 6-5. Heading into the day, the Indians are in 2nd place in the AL Central, 6.5 games back. And the White Sox are 3rd in the division, 11.5 games out of first. The Royals starting pitcher, number 74, was victorious for the 5th time this season, leading the Royals to the win over the Tigers 4-3. As of today, the Tigers sit in last place in the American League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Royals are 4th in the division. They're 18.5 games out of first. Carlos Correa sent 2 into the seats while driving in 6 as the Astros bested the Twins 13-3. He is currently among the RBI leaders in the American League. As of right now, the Twins are atop the AL Central. They are enjoying a comfortable 6.5 game cushion, while the Astros sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division, 5.5 back. The Seattle Mariners hit 3 long balls as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County, 8-7. At the start of the day, the Angels sit in 4th place in the American League West, 11.5 games out of first. And the Mariners are at the bottom of the division. They're 15.5 games out of first. The Oakland Athletics allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 5-3. Heading into the day, the A's sit in 1st place in the American League West Division. They have a small 1.5 game advantage over second. And the Rangers are 2nd in the division, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.